Hey, what's going on, everybody? Even though nobody's here, Lucas here, Lucas Invader, and I wanted to do a video on Dragon Ball FighterZ since we just got some new information going into the video. Going into this video after the release of the beta signups. I hope everybody was able to sign up for it, and the new trailer that we got for Android 16, 18, and Krillin and Piccolo. So I was hoping because, long story short, I had an old PS4 with this game on it, and I had everything beat, but I just got the PS4 Pro, and I didn't save everything onto my iCloud, not iCloud, my internet account, and just on the PS4. So I'm reopening the game for the first time ever, and I am vanilla as hell. So what I was hoping to do was go into offline battle, go to training, and just look at the character roster to see where we stand. But there's nobody fucking here. And to kind of predict what characters they might have for fighters off of this roster. I think they have, what, 100 or so characters on here. And of course, some are throwaways, as in Cyberman and I'm sorry, Nappa and Raditz, but I think these two are throwaways as well for potential characters for the game. So we have, what, 10 official release characters, 12 if you want to count Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta for the pre-order pack. So, as my cheat sheet, and I'm gonna clip this later for YouTube, so that's why I'm still doing the video. Fuck it anyway. As my cheat sheet, I looked it up on my phone, the full character list. And so, for fighters, I play Guilty Gear. Okay, my aspirations is to be able to come semi-pro-ish at fighters. Because right now, my background is that I play Guilty Gear a lot. I main Leo, if you even know who that is. Leo Whitefang. And I'm pretty decent, but I need to get a gaming screen. I don't have a gaming screen to run the game at the right frames. So I haven't been playing recently. But my aspirations is to be able to do that, get the gaming screen, play Guilty Gear a hell of a lot, buy Ultimate Marvel 3, and just stream both of those games, as in our journey till the beta, and then our journey till February 2018. Now, they did give us a release date, February 2018, and I don't know how bad Bandai Namco is on pushing games back. Also, Arc System Works. Honestly, I think the first Guilty Gear X-Art Sign, I think it was pushed back. So February 2018, after it just got announced in, what, June or May, seems, a 9-month span from then, that's not horrible. But, it was released, shown right at Evo? No, it wasn't shown right at Evo. E3, not Evo, E3. And it got leaked early. So E3 was, what, May or June. So 9 months till then when a game releases. That seems like a pretty good time, but, obviously things go amiss. And I think people are confusing what the creators first said, is that the game was 20% finished by the time they shown it at E3. That is not correct. What they meant was that it was 20%. Somebody's actually calling me on FaceTime. That the build that they had for the game at the convention was 20% completed. So 20% of that game then was finished. What they showed you was the 20%, right? Because you can't have a game 20% finished by May and release it February 2018. That's just not possible. One character takes at least a month and a half to be able to, have their design, be able to fix them up, the movesets, the frame data, all that bullshit. That's what, at least a month and a half for at least one character. Simultaneously. Of course you can do one character, all these characters at the same time simultaneously. But one character, from beginning process of starting everything in the computer and finishing it, is at least a month and a half. So February 2018 seems like a great date. I don't know if any other fighting games are coming out around this time because 2017 has been a bloodbath for fighting games. I mean, come on now. Guilty Gear, Rev 2, Blaze Blue, Central Fiction 2.0. I'm just saying that because first thing that comes to mind is I'm an anime fighting game character. I mean, fighting game community. I'm not great. I went to a couple of tournaments and I played before, uh, but Tekken 7. I've been playing Tekken 7 a lot too. Street Fighter 5 is always constantly releasing stuff. Injustice 2, which looks amazing, but I just don't keep up with it that much. 2017 has been a bloodbath for fighting games, and now the next bloodbath that we have is MVCI, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite versus Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, just gauging those topics. Actually, I forgot where I was going off. Let's get right to it because I'm kind of short on time and I'm going to just clip this to YouTube anyway. Since I'm sure nobody is watching this on Twitch with me because I'm not a big person, I don't have a following, so it's kind of hard to get a following without already a following for the following from a follower that you have. So, what I was saying was, pushing back the date for the game. But I play Guilty Gear a lot, and Guilty Gear currently has almost 30 characters for Rev 2 with Answer and Biken included, and then all the ones they released for Revelator, Coom and Raven, Blase, Dizzy, DLC. But almost 30. I think it's 28, if I remember correctly. Rev 2 has. But for fighters, taking that into account with how Arc System usually releases character, because Blaze Blue Central Fiction, it has over 30 characters, I believe, close to 40. I want to say, I don't want to say close to 40. Let's go to Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Actually, and closed out fucking Xenoverse to open up Blaze Blue and see how many characters they have. And end up stopping my fucking.
Please select your character.
I'm not that smart of a guy. So, with Jubei in 2.0, which is coming out at the end of the week, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 20, 21, 22 34 and 35 plus Juve. Juve is going to be right here. 35 character Blaze Blue has Central Fiction 2.0, which comes out at the end of the week. So let's just reclip it again. Characters they can be with prior games that Arc System has dropped. You know, it's through Bandai Namco, but Arc System is producing the game. So Central Fiction, even though it's Team Blue, has 35 characters at the end of the week with Jubei. I have Rev 2, but I don't have fucking Kun. Why is Kun large? If I buy Rev 2, why is he still large? Well, who even gives a fuck about Kun? Who even plays Kun? You have to be fucking scum to play Kun. Oh, Jesus. A fucking instant overhead bullshit. Anyway, so Kun is one. Since I don't fucking have it, I don't want him. Fuck Kun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 25. So 10 less than fucking Blaze Blue. Really? Okay, I thought it was 28. 25 characters. Is it 25? Raven. Raven's here. Dizzy. Yeah. I'm just missing Coop. So it's 25. Okay. So FighterZ, whatever, already has 10 characters announced. 12 plus Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And prior to this video, before the new trailer released today, that's why I'm glad I actually waited a bit before I did it 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, I seen the the trailer right before I seen that the betas signups had started. So hopefully, give me a key. It was like an hour late, but it was like 6 o'clock in the morning in Texas. So what is it, like 8? You know, in New York, California. I don't fucking know the time zones. So hopefully not too many people were able to sign up before I did, and I didn't get kicked the fuck out. And I asked a couple friends to help me sign up too. So just in case, you know, whatever. Even though they would have signed up after me, you know, just in case. It's a fucking lot, you know. Put your hand in, wriggle it around, take it out, and these are the players that are going to be able to sign up for the beta. And it's not, you know, by the time you signed up. So. 25 characters, 35. So let's just go ahead and start predicting. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say was I wasn't sure if Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta were skins of just regular Goku and Vegeta. But no, it's announced that they are official characters. And my baby mama is knocking on the door. She is home. So, one moment. Blue, Vegeta, and Goku are official characters. Cool. Thought they would be skins. You know, in Street Fighter you have skins, in Tekken 7, oh god, you have crazy skins. But for anime fighters, you usually don't have skins. I think the only skin they have is for Elfit. And that's on the notion that it's just her Rev 1 costume because they made her into a fucking goth in Rev 2. In Revelator. From Sign, she wore like the pink wedding dress, but now she's wearing like some I'm gonna kill you while you sleep outfit. But you can pick the Rev 1 outfit if you prefer. Skin right here. When she's wearing outfit, sign, costume. So for fighters, I think they have no choice but to do skins. Like, really honestly, do you know how many different Goku looks there are? Like in Xenoverse, you know, you have Goku, but then you have like 10 different variations of Goku. So I feel like they have no choice but to do skins for fighters. You know, you can do Teen Gohan, you know, instead of just a different colorway. That's what they usually do. It's just different colorways instead of skins. So that's why I thought Blue would just be a skin of just the Gokus, but no, they're different characters. Here goes my main right here. He'll be seeing a lot of right here. That's my man. Anyway, like you could do a skin of like people are requesting. Okay, if you're not gonna have 17 as its own character, and you're gonna do like the 2-character thing, you know, like with Carl and Central Fiction. I feel like that's the direction they're leaning towards. You know, not an assist, but actually part of the combos. So I don't think it's gonna be too complicated. That you can switch whether you play with 18 or 17. You know. But really, you know, I feel like FighterZ is going to have a big deal with female characters because look at this roster right here. This is a roster. Off top, this looks like half the list is girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 25. That's almost, what is that? That's high. It's hell. And Cone, technically. Cone's just a girl in a fucking dude's body. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Fucking stupid ass character. Anyway. So I still haven't got to this number of the characters that I think will be released. And I've been kind of procrastinating. First, as you unlock the characters after you finish the story mode and, you know, all the extra characters that you get from the challenges or whatever the fuck this shit's called. So after the Saiyan Saga, you get Goku. Kid Goku is definitely not going to be in the game. Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, I wouldn't think he would have been, but just because the producer talked about him specifically, I think in one of the first interviews after the game was released, Tien is a lot. Yamcha, let's just say for the sake, no. And I'm not going to make any jokes about Yamcha right now, but for the sake that is Yamcha, is that a joke? Let's say no. Cyberman, Raditz Snapper, no. Vegeta, Jocko. Okay, after the Frieza Saga, you beat in Xenoverse 2. You get, what are they called? I don't want to do each one of their names. Force. I seen Ginyu's name and I'm like, okay, the Ginyu Force. If you had to force me to say that you had to put one of them in, it'll be Ginyu, obviously, the Ginyu Force. But I'm just not even gonna worry about it. Movie characters, I feel like Broly, honestly, Broly or Kale are probably the highest chance characters in a movie for fighters from a movie. Broly for sure, but if they don't put Broly because they want to do just like the series of Dragon Ball, then Kale to fit in their Broly role. But they do have Android 16 right now, and Android 16 seems as though he's going to be the Potemkin character because he has like grappling moves. He'll grab you, throw you on the ground, and all that. OTG you off the ground, which is kind of not what Potemkin does, but what his counterpart in Central Fiction. Tager, what Tager does. He'll grab you, throw you on the ground, OTG you off the ground, all that good stuff. So if that's Android 16's role to be the big character that has, all these command grabs, which seems like he has, what would Broly do? Because honestly, when's the last time they had a Dragon Ball game without Broly in it? Even back in freaking, well, they had Cooler and all those guys in there too, but Budokai Tenkaichi, actually, like, Broly has to be there. He's the most popular character out of all the movies. But I say that because I don't think Turtles, no Lord Slug, Frieza, of course, with the golden form, Cooler. If I were to give a second movie character a chance, it'd be Cooler. Definitely Cooler, right? Definitely Cooler. Team Gohan announced Metal Cooler. Exactly, like with Cooler and Metal Cooler, if you were to put him in, you could do a skin, Well, no, that still technically wouldn't be a skin. You could do that just as a color palette. But still, I feel like they're going to be forced to do skins. 16, 17, 18, Cell. No Cell Jr. Future Trunks, Future Gohan. Now, of course, here we go. With Gohan, you're going to have adult Gohan for sure, too. But with adult Gohan, for a skin, you could do him along with a skin instead of just a different palette with future Gohan, with the arm missing and the shorter hair. Like, I feel like even though Arc System isn't known for doing skins, they're going to be forced to do skins in Dragon Ball FighterZ because there's so many different looks that these characters have had that so many different people like prefer future Trunks. I've seen a lot of people say they prefer future Trunks Super's look instead of the one when he was first originally shown. Like the skin, they're gonna have to do skins. Skins are gonna be a thing, just not different color palettes. So adult Gohan, whether it's Mystic or not, yeah, that's the thing too. Actually, if they want to do just adult Gohan with the Mystic form, so it's not just another yellow-haired Super Saiyan because they already have 4 announced. How could you do a skin for future Gohan? I mean, you can, but maybe I don't think it messes up any continuity, so never mind. Cell, adult Gohan, there you go. Majin Vegeta, there you go too. A skin for, well, that could still be a color palette too. Well, no, not honestly, because they have Vegeta right now with the armor on from, the Sand armor. So they could do a skin of Majin Vegeta for Vegeta instead of just making him a different character, like what Xenoverse does, but whatever. Majin Buu, Super Buu, and Kid Buu. Majin Buu, Fat Buu is already released, confirmed. But Super and Kid, I honestly don't know. If you had to force me one of the two, I'd say Kid Buu, because he was not really more prevalent in the story, but he seems like you could do something different with him than what you could do with Super Buu from Majin Buu. Because Super Buu and Majin Buu, they seem, because Super Buu, his whole thing was absorbing people and using their power. But with Kid Buu, he was his own person, the cannonball strike he has when he rolls up in a ball and he attacks you and all that. So I feel like Kid Buu would be higher. Janemba, I don't see Janemba making it, even though I like Janemba as a character. Broly, Gotenks. That is a great thing that popped up pretty hard. I'm not even halfway through all this. Gotenks, from the stance that they already have Krillin and Teen Gohan. So our system really doesn't like making short characters. You know, if they do put a short, like, look at Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear has one short character. That's May. That's because she's a kid, literally. But, and they were forced to put Jubei because of the fanfare over him. You know, they had to make an S character to be able to have the template to make Jubei. But since they already have Teen Gohan and they have Krillin announced, I don't know how many more shorter kid characters they can put in. Platinum Trinity, it's in Central Fiction 2, Blaze Blue 2. But still, I don't know how many more shorter stature characters they can do, because they already have one short character that's a powerhouse, Teen Gohan. And they already have one short character, Krillin, who's a keep away character, you know, zoning heavy. So I don't know how they could be able to do that for Gotenks unless they had the perfect blend, you know, obviously. But then honestly, for that, if you put in Gotenks, you don't get, you know, obviously you don't get Goten and Trunks, Kid Trunks. You just have Gotenks, I would think. But I would feel like they would still be part of the story that they are trying to do. Super Saiyan Blue, Goku and Vegeta. I don't know who this Apule person is. I don't know who Raspberry is either. Golden Frieza is a confirmed transformation. Beerus for sure. I'm not even going to talk about that much because I feel like Super, honestly, Super, I'm going to give you my hot takes for Super characters that I think. But Beerus, and I'm 50-50 on Wiz too. 50-50 on Wiz from the, like, a Gotenks aspect. Like, if you do them, you can't do another Angel. You know, Vados, I mean, obviously, but Wiz, I don't know how they would do Wiz either, because he has that staff. So yeah, there you go. Wiz has a staff, so that's a character with an object, like May. You know, they like to have all these sword fighting characters in their anime fighters. Faust with his fucking long ass scalpel. So Wiz, yeah, I'll say Wiz. I'll say Wiz. So after the final boss, you get Bardock. Not too sure about Bardock. What has Bardock done in the series that's a different move from everybody else? His one attack when he, when he threw it at Frieza, Frieza tanked it. I'm not too sure about Bardock. Could be a different skin for future Gohan. Gohan, you know, Mystic, you know, whatever. You have the same moves, but, you know, just a skin, whatever. Hercule, no. Vegito, the fused characters. Vegito and Gogeta, I would say vanilla release, no. There's obviously going to be DLC because that's the direction they're heading. I mean, okay, who wouldn't want to do DLC? Think of it from this aspect. You get one DLC season pass, like with Street Fighter V, $25 for 5 extra characters. You don't even have to make a new game, and people are paying $25 for 5 characters every year. How smart can you be? You don't even have to make a new game. All you got to do is just patch stuff, do a patch update every now and again. You got to keep the same game that you did. You can release a game with 17 characters to start off with. How many characters did Street Fighter V have? 16? Release a game with 16 characters. 4 years from now, it's the same game, you know, like with what they did with 4. Actually, no, they kept making new games of that. But, you know, on this new tech with PS4, I said new tech, new systems with the PS4, all you gotta do is release DLC packs. Who cares anymore? Who cares about making a good game and putting out a released official version to begin with? Who cares? Who cares? So, Vegito, I would say in a DLC pack. Videl. You know what? I think, never mind. Scratch Sandman as a skin for Gohan. Adult Gohan. Videl will definitely be the Carl. The Carl, either the Carl from Blaze Blue. As in, it's the Great Sandman and the Great Sandman Woman in their tag team. And Gohan only attacks, you know, Surfer. Exactly. I feel like they would do that with Videl. Gogeta, DLC pack. GT. Now, GT characters. I would love Super Saiyan 4 because that's my favorite transformation of all the Saiyans. Fuck just a different hair color or making it longer. That primal look, you know, getting back to the origins of what the Saiyans are as apes. You know, they are apes. That's what they turn into. That's my favorite transformation. But exactly, I don't know if it would be a skin or not because, you know, they have, you know, they could do a red Kamehameha. They could, huh? Okay, yeah, skin. Skin. If I got a skin, I'd be happy. Different character would be cool, but skin would be awesome for Goku, Super Saiyan 4. You know, just making a red Kamehameha instead of a blue one. Vegeta, his, what's the move that he does with one hand? You can make that into his final shine, you know, his green one that he did in GT. You know, just a skin for GT characters for 4. But I feel like they will put in Baby Vegeta and Omega Shenron. Those are staples in the games, you know. Those two characters are staples for them as a series. And plus, if they're going to just have regular 17 as an assist character to 18, is Super 17 out of the question? Still, I don't feel like Super 17 is out of the question. If they're not gonna, you know, give us information on skins yet, you know, if you can switch between 17 and 18, whoever you want to play with. I think Super 17 is still in the question. Hugely in the question. Since he was such a big popular character as well too. Pan, GT Pan, that's a short character. I'm gonna have to say no. Mega Shenron. Now, I didn't keep up track how many characters that was. I just said for sure, and the ones I'm 50-50 on. But I'm gonna go ahead and go out on the line and say Hit will definitely be in the game, and Goku Black. There's no debate in my mind whether those two characters will be in the game or not. Hit and Goku Black will definitely be in the game. So I'm definitely gonna count that up later, who I said for sure. But I want to say around 30-ish to start off with. 30-ish. How many characters Central Fiction has right now? 34. 34. 34 characters. And yeah, another one of the big problems they're going to have is girl characters because there's just not that many strong girls to be able to fight in the Dragon Ball series. You don't want to count sexes. I mean, come on now. You just don't think of women to be able to destroy universes. Jesus Christ. Besides Android 18. You just can't think of it. You know, that's why I say Kale. If you do Broly, if they don't want to do Broly, I feel like Kale is a lot too. You know, that legendary Super Saiyan. Broly, or then do a skin for Kale. You know? There you go. You can do that as well. Or Kale do a skin for Broly, whatever, vice versa. Same shit out of the way. Fuck. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, that's just mostly what I want to talk about. I'm definitely going to be playing Guilty Gear on stream, putting it on YouTube. By 2 days from now, probably Wednesday. No, tripping, I work overnight. Thursday. By Thursday for sure. And buying Ultimate Marvel. So probably a week of Guilty Gear, week of Ultimate Marvel, week of Guilty Gear, week of Ultimate Marvel. And then last week, you know, I'll probably vice versa before the beta comes out. So, you know, make sure I got the adapt aspects of Guilty Gear still in my mind fresh. And also how a 3 versus 3 fighter works. Because, you know, obviously, FighterZ fighters is just, you know, taking what the Ultimate Marvel series has done and putting it into anime fashion. So, yeah, thanks for the one person I've seen on Ashley right now at the moment. But hopefully be able to support me on my YouTube page. I'm going to clip all these videos.